All right, we're ready for our next set of interviews for the 2021 Big Sky Basketball Virtual Tip-Off on ESPN+. I'm joined by Eastern Washington head coaches David Riley and Jody Gleason and student athletes Millie Knowles and Kassan Rouse. Going to jump right into our first set of questions here. Coach Riley and Coach Gleason, it is a new era of Eastern Washington basketball for both men and women. What has been the greatest focus for you and your program in the offseason? And Coach Riley, we'll start with you, and then Coach Gleason, we'll go to you.
Well, there's a lot going on this off season, especially this spring. It was a whirlwind, but it's been really fun. Since the summer, we've had our guys here, and it's just been a big focus on building chemistry, getting guys playing together, getting guys used to each other, their habits on and off the court. And that's a big way we play basketball, and just making sure that chemistry and the guys are gelling and understanding our concepts. I mean, we don't have a crazy offense or defense or anything like that, but just making sure the guys know who they are. But it's been fun, and we're excited about it.
Coach Gleason.
Yeah, like Coach Riley said, it's been a whirlwind, but it's been a lot of fun. I got here the end of May. I was able to hire our staff the middle of July. They got here, so there was quite a while where it was just me. But it was a great opportunity to meet some of the returning players like Millie and some of the others that were here during the summer. So we were able to kind of build those relationships late school year and into the summer. And then we were able to we still had roster spots to fill. So we were recruiting hard. We ended up getting 4 more players to join our roster. And then we ended up starting later than most people. We brought the whole team in August. So we were able to get some of our summer workouts, and our focus has been on, building that chemistry, building that culture that we want. So many new faces in the program, both, freshmen, transfers, kind of up and down the gamut. But that's our main goal is getting to know each other, learning how to play together. And our motto is playing for each other. And that's kind of what we've been trying to do.
Millie and Kassan. So we see a theme here of chemistry being built in the summer. I want to know the most fun way that you have built chemistry off the court and how that's going to translate to on the court chemistry. And so Kassan, we'll start with you, and then Millie will go to you.
For our team, I think the most fun thing we did was we went to Lake Coeur d'Alene as just like a team bonding thing. We had like a barbecue breakfast or barbecue hot dogs, burgers, things like that. But we had like this kayaking relay kind of thing where it was like the front guy was blindfolded. So it was like you really had to talk to the person in front of you to be able to go around the buoy or whatever it was. And then it was like a relay kind of thing. It was 2 teams. I think that was probably like the most fun thing we did to try to get our chemistry together.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Who did you have a partner in that, being blindfolded?
Yeah, we did it like a guard and a big. So it was kind of cool how we did it. So we had partners and then 2 teams.
Who were you paired up with?
Ethan Price, one of our freshman big men.
A lot of fun.
Yeah,
they struggled.
It was
Ethan
fun.
and Kassan struggled a little bit.
Struggled.
Hey, my team got the win though. My team got the win, so that's what matters.
There you go. You got the bragging rights. Love that. Millie, what about for you and your program?
We also did a lake day, and we got to go out to Hayden Lake. We went on the water. That we had kayaks and little floaty things and stuff like that. That was really fun. Also this past week we went to a pumpkin patch, and the whole team learned how to line dance. That was really good. I can't say that's one of my strong points, line dancing, but yeah. And something else that I really like is that we have within our team a sister system, where we've like been paired up with either like a younger or new player. So we like look out for each other, and we've been on sister dinner dates and stuff like that, which is really fun.
Who is your sister in the program?
Jadia.
And what has your relationship with her been like?
So good. Yeah, Jadia is a new freshman. So yeah, it's been really good to get to know her, help her like find her classes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Is this a new system that's been brought into the program this season, or is this something that you've done before?
We had like a buddy system, but we've never been like to do like sister dinner dates and do things like outside of the basketball without them.
Well, it definitely sounds like a lot of fun
Yeah.
and something that'll definitely help build some chemistry. And I'm sure there's so much that she can learn from you with your time at Eastern Washington. Now, talking about time at Eastern Washington, Coach Riley, how does the knowledge that you bring of Eastern Washington and the league as a whole, how has that helped you transition into this new role so far?
I mean, it's helped a lot. I think being here for 10 years or going into my 10th year has been really lucky, where I can look back at my time and look at what teams have been successful, what's helped us be successful. We've had, built this program from where, 10 years ago it was a middle of the pack, kind of lower level team in the Big Sky, to now where we're consistently been in the championship game for the last 4 years, or I guess 5 years if you count COVID. And just looking back on what it took to get our program there, the blueprints there, and just kind of making sure the guys understand what it takes and the standards we got to hold to build that championship mindset.
Coach Gleason, you touched on this a little bit, but the last time we spoke, you were days away from getting your staff on campus. You're really excited, but there wasn't much that you could tell me at that point. What can you say that they've brought to the program so far?
Yeah, obviously that's a huge crucial component to any program, right? Is what staff you can bring in. And we are so fortunate to have the staff that we have. I was able to bring in Jordan Loetta, who is a great young coach who was at Southern Utah. So she kind of helps us with a little bit of the Big Sky component, as well as being a local product. She's from Moses Lake, which is about an hour from here, and is very well connected with club coaches and different people in this area. So she brings energy, is a worker, just a great personality for the players. They have already built great relationships with her. Second, I was able to bring Brandon Morrison, who was previously at UNLV and has also done a lot of scouting and digital work for the LA Sparks. So just brings, again, another, young coach that's super excited. He's a guy that he just brings energy every day. It doesn't matter what's going on. He's always ready to work with a smile and bringing that energy with, the players onto the court, and as well as having great experience. And then Coach Skip Gleason, who, is my husband, and we've worked together for 14 years. We were able to hire him, and he's our recruiting coordinator and associate head coach. And, just he and I have done this together for a long time and know what we are good at and what we can bring, and we knew exactly what we needed to fill those holes. And I think Brandon and Jordan were the right people for the job, and we just meshed together as a staff really well, and we're really excited.
I think having your husband on staff is really interesting. What is the biggest challenge that comes with that?
Gosh, we do it really. I mean, we've been doing it a long time. So a lot of people say, is that all you talk about is basketball? And of course not. We get home and we have a daughter, and we're a family, and we're doing those things. We're running to soccer practices and games and doing that kind of stuff. But it is easy. It makes it easy, actually, because you can be off the cuff, just say, hey, should we work on zone defense tomorrow? Like, it doesn't have to be a full on meeting. So it's really helpful in that regard. So we don't have a lot of trouble with, what's the biggest challenge? Probably going to get her to the soccer practice is the harder thing. The basketball side is easy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Definitely convenient there. It sounds like not having to have an official meeting. You can just chat about things. That works great. Now, Kassan, you've seen what it takes to cut down nets in Boise. What is it going to take to repeat that success?
I think Dave touched on it earlier, but the chemistry side of things, I think like last year when we did cut down the nets, we were like a really tight group. So it's like, I think we just got to get back to that, establishing that connection and that gel among all the new players. So I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Coach Riley, who has impressed you most in preseason and off season?
Man, there's been a lot of new faces. So a lot of guys have impressed me. And, I guess I'll start with some of the older guys. Rye Bergeson came in and was a leader right off the top. Great communicator, brought some toughness. And then Angelo Allegri him and Angelo have been really kind of our vocal guys in the summer that have brought some of that spirit to us. And then we got another older guy that came in late, Linton Eclese, we call him Boogie. And just a great, positive, high energy, big man who's come in with some toughness as well. And so just having some veteran guys that have played college basketball before to come in and have experience and have been successful at this level has really helped us. And it was just great to have, be able to have their brains and what they've done to achieve their success and kind of incorporate that with what we're doing. And so having those older guys come in along with the vets like Kassan and Ellis and Steele that have done it before, and Isaiah and Victor and Austin, those six have been crucial just to show the new guys what the culture looks like, how we do things, what the expectations are, and what hard work really looks like. So it's just having those veteran guys, older guys, along with the returners has been really fun. And then we've got some talented freshmen. I mean, off the top of my head, Ethan Price has come in and done a great job picking up and adapting to the college lifestyle and the grind of college basketball. He's been really good for us so far, and just been fun getting these guys to gel together.
So it sounds like a lot of people are impressing you, which is definitely a good sign.
Yeah, hard to pick one. Yeah.
There you go. All right, Millie, you are a long ways from home. What can you say about the community that you found there at Eastern Washington?
I would say that was probably one of the main reasons that I actually came to Eastern was the like this small town, close knit, like family vibe. I felt like that was really comforting and know that I was coming so far away from home to here, knowing that was like in place. Yeah.
What's been your favorite part of being an Eagle, Millie?
My favorite part, honestly, probably like this American life kind of thing. Like I've watched on like movies and things like that, and like going to football games and stuff. I literally am like, this is like so unreal to me. Like I've not been like something like this before. So yeah.
You mentioned something interesting. You mentioned football. And so your football program there at Eastern Washington has had a lot of success. What kind of excitement has that generated within athletics as a whole? What can you say about that, Millie? And Kassan, I see you nodding your head, so I'd love to hear from you as well.
Yeah, I think especially this year, like the football games are a big deal. Everybody's at the football game. Like last week was the Montana game. That was like a big local rivalry game. Like the run up to it that was all people were talking about. It was really exciting.
Kassan, does that give your program any fuel? I mean, you guys had a lot of success last season, and then you have football being so successful right now. What kind of excitement is that generating on campus?
Yeah, I mean, it's bringing a lot of excitement. It's bringing everyone together, especially the fact that we can have students on campus this year. That's a big thing for the football team. It's going to be a big thing for our games also. But kind of like she said, the family atmosphere in Cheney is real, So like when the football team is going 6-0, the whole town's lit. I mean, that's the only way to say it.
The whole town is lit. I love to hear it. Okay. You heard it here first. Coach Gleason, when you look at this team, what do you see as being its strongest points there?
Right. This team has a lot of different things. So I think something that really has stood out so far, the leadership of Millie, Tatiana, and Gabby, especially some of the returners that have been here when students were on campus. So there are some people that were here last year, but they were, isolated with COVID and didn't really have the Eastern experience. And so these three really have brought our team together and created a culture that we wanted. And so that's the first thing that really stood out and when I look back. And then also, we have some grad transfers that have come in. Like Coach Riley said, we have players that have college experience and significant amount of it. So Jacinta Buckley is a transfer from UNLV. We have Bozell from St. Mary's, who kind of brings toughness and just a competitive drive every day, knows how to practice hard, knows what it's like to practice at this level, and leads by example. And then Bria Rice just got here a couple weeks ago. Actually, we were able to get her eligible. She's a transfer from Long Beach State and a grad transfer that had to to get an NCAA waiver, and she was lucky. We were lucky to get that. And so those three kind of bring just that experience that we need. You know, we have six true freshmen, 9 freshmen overall with COVID years. So we're very young in that regard. So we were aware of that and made sure we brought in people that could play right away and could help us right away. And it's just that mesh of, you know, Millie and the old guard, those guys really bringing in everybody to get us to work and know how to compete and work hard every day.
Coach Riley, the last time we spoke, you told me that the type of players that you looked for were the kind of guys who have chips on their shoulder. Now, this team won the conference tournament last season. What is the chip on the shoulder for the program this year?
There's going to be plenty. I mean, we're looking forward to when the preseason polls come out, and I'm sure we'll have we won't nothing to say about it when they come out, but we'll have plenty of a big chip on our shoulder and be ready to go and prove people that the championships didn't happen by accident. You know, we've built a culture here and worked hard and done it with these kind of guys that have high character, work hard, are talented and skilled, and the blueprint's the same. We have the talented guys, we got the high character guys, we need to do it. And so we're excited for those to come out and let people know that no, it wasn't, you know, a mistake the last few years, that we won some championships, and we're going to come back and compete.
Kassan, when coach talks about the culture, he talks about the blueprint. How do you embody that?
I mean, this is my 4th year here now. So, I mean, I've seen a lot, you know, I've played with a lot of great players. I've played with a lot of great leaders. And I think I'm just trying to step up to that as well. Just learning from all those guys. And then, yeah, I mean, that's probably it for me, honestly, just trying to learn from all the guys I've played with and seeing the guys who did make it, see the guys who didn't make it, you know, see what they did or what they didn't do.
Millie, Coach Gleason talked about how your leadership is an important part of making this program successful. How do you describe your leadership style?
I'm not like the most vocal person, but I hope that I lead from example, and I aim to like get everybody on board, and I built those relationships with my teammates, and I think as a team we really did a good job of gelling together, and we did that really quickly. You can even see that in like the way we play and how close we are off the court. So yeah, really just getting everybody really together.
There you go. And I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job of that. Sounds like you're doing a great job mentoring there. Now, Coach Riley, when we take a look at the conference schedule, your very first game playing Southern Utah there at home, they're the reigning regular season champs. What's the advantage of getting to play at home for that game?
Exciting. I mean, they're the regular season champs. They got everyone back. There's a lot of hype about those guys, and so they've got a great team. Todd Simon's done a great job with those guys. It'll be a great test for us. You know, we get to do it at home, have some level of comfort being able to do it here in Cheney, and I know we'll have some good fan support at that game, and we're just super excited to be able to get that game in December and really test where we're at. You know, we've come a long ways together. That started in June, working together, and that's kind of been that date that's circled for us. Is we got to be ready. Obviously November 9th when we play Nevada, but that December 2nd game is where our big test really comes, and we got to be ready to go. So we're excited for it. It's great that it's at home in front of our fans, and it'll be a fun game.
I'm sure it will be. I look forward to watching it. Now, Coach Gleason, on the flip side, you're starting off conference play on the road. What's going to be the greatest challenge that comes along with that?
Similar to what Coach Riley said, you know, we're excited. We have that circled on our calendar, home or away. You know, it's uncontrollable, right? We don't worry about the uncontrollable. So we'll just make sure we're ready for that. I think our preseason will prepare us very well to get ready for Big Sky competition. And so starting on the road at Southern Utah will be, you know, fun for us. It'll be fun for Coach Loetta, who just worked with that team and for the past couple of years. And so I know that it'll be a big game for our team.
Kassan, when you take a look at this schedule, what's the game you're most excited for?
I mean, obviously the first one, I feel like the first game of the season is just always the most exciting. But I mean, like Coach said, I think that Southern Utah game, I mean, that's when we start conference. It's at home. We'll have a good fan support that game. So, I mean, probably those two. And then obviously Texas Tech too. I mean, that's probably like our, biggest game. So I was probably say those three.
Who's your favorite conference opponent?
That's tough. I'll have to say Montana. I mean, it's kind of like our rival. It's a good game every time. They play hard, we play hard. It gets a little chippy at times every time we play them. So probably Montana.
All right, Millie, what about for you? What game sticks out to you on this schedule, and who is your favorite conference opponent?
I would probably have to say like the UW game. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be really good. My hope for you is we've never played against them. So yeah, that'll be really exciting. I'm also looking forward to the Portland State game. We have a history with Portland of like going to the tournament, and yeah, so that'll be exciting.
Look forward to watching it. Thank you so much, Eastern Washington men's and women's basketball, for joining me. This is the Big Sky virtual tip-off on ESPN+.